There's a trope that shows up in almost every genre. Action stories, fantasy novels, webtoons, animated films, and no matter how many times writers use it, audiences never get sick of it. The found family trope is a group of characters who aren't related by blood, who come from different places and different cultures, but who become each other's home. In this video, I'm going to explain why found family resonates so deeply, what the key ingredients are, and how you can write a cast of found family characters in your own story. Found family is a popular trope because it provides the reader with one of the deepest emotional needs humans desire: to be chosen and accepted. Your biological family didn't choose you, and you didn't choose them. That bond exists by default, a mere accident of birth. But in a story with a found family cast of characters, every single member is there because they decided to be, and every other member decided to let them stay. That mutual, voluntary choice is what gives found family its emotional power. Think about a story where the main character builds a crew from scratch. Every person they recruit has a past. One was a thief who'd never trusted anyone. Another was a fugitive convinced they'd only bring destruction to the people around them. A third might have literally fought against the group before joining it. But none of that mattered. The leader chose them, and one by one, they chose the other members of their group. Every member had a life before that group, usually a painful and lonely one. And they found belonging in this crew they'd never had before. You see the same principle in stories where two characters on a mission slowly collect allies over the course of their journey. A childhood friend, a mentor figure, a former rival, even a former enemy. None of these people are family by blood, but by the end, they're people who'd put their lives on the line for each other without hesitation. And you believe it because you watched every step of their relationship forming. That's your foundation. Found family works because being chosen is more emotionally powerful than being obligated. Internalize that before you write a single scene. So what does a great found family actually need? There are 4 ingredients, and the stories that nail this trope hardest use all of them. The first ingredient is shared suffering. The members of a found family need to have gone through something hard together. In their own separate backstories, and together with the other cast of characters, shared struggles are the fastest, most convincing way to bond characters in a way the audience actually believes. The second ingredient is individual flaws. The best found families aren't made up of well-adjusted, complete people who just happen to enjoy each other's company. They're made of people who are all missing something fundamental on their own. One character can't trust anyone. Another doesn't think they deserve love. Another lost everyone they ever cared about and has decided it's safer to never care again. And when these broken people come together, they start filling each other's gaps. The third ingredient is a moment of proof. Here's what I mean. At some point in the story, someone in the found family has to prove, through action, not words, that this bond is real. Words are cheap. Any character can say, "I'd die for you." It means nothing until someone actually puts themselves in harm's way when walking away would have been easier and safer. Your found family isn't real on the page until it's been tested, until someone had every reason to walk away and didn't, until the cost of staying was high and they paid it anyway. The fourth ingredient is a shared identity. Great found families have something that makes them one: the group itself. This could be a place, like a ship, a hideout, a guild hall, a name, a tradition, a symbol, anything you want. Something that exists only because this specific combination of people came together. Think about groups that have a flag, a tattoo, or a symbol they all carry, a base they return to, a gesture they share. These are more than just logos. This shared identity tells the world and the audience, I belong to something. Now let's talk about the part where most writers actually stumble: building the bonds. Found family is built in small moments, not big speeches. It's built in one character silently saving the other a plate of food, in someone staying up because they know the other person has nightmares and shouldn't be alone when they wake up, in stupid arguments about nothing that end not because anyone won, but because someone swallowed their pride for the sake of the relationship. It's in the quiet, the mundane, the daily friction of people learning how to coexist. Think about 2 characters who meet young and start out just having fun together, going on adventures, taking stupid risks. One of them has never had a real friend before, and the other is the first person who made their world feel less bleak. They don't start with some grand declaration of loyalty. They start by just being kids together, and slowly, almost without the audience fully registering it, they become the most important person in each other's world. Their bond was built through the accumulation of tiny moments throughout the story. So later, when one of them spirals into a dark place, the other's desperation to save them becomes one of the most devastating emotional beats the story can deliver. It works because of all the small, seemingly unimportant moments that came before. Lastly, there's one thing you should be careful of when writing found family in your story. making every member of the found family get along perfectly from the start, because real bonds have friction. People who've been hurt don't just trust strangers easily. Characters should resist the family at first by pushing people away, testing boundaries, and acting selfishly because vulnerability terrifies them. Some characters try to sacrifice themselves specifically to protect the group, because they have internalized the belief that they'll destroy anyone who gets close. Others abandon the people who care about them most because their pain and their rage are louder than any bond. Others push everyone away because their ego can't survive the vulnerability that comes with needing other people. These characters don't fall into their found families easily, and that resistance is exactly what makes the eventual acceptance mean something. The harder someone fights against belonging, the more it means when they finally let themselves have it. Ask yourself, am I showing the bonds forming through small, concrete moments, or just announcing them through dialogue? Do any of my characters resist being part of this group at first? Is there real friction, or does everyone get along like they've known each other for years from the very first scene? Have I given the audience enough quiet, human, unglamorous moments to earn the big emotional beats later? If you're skipping the build-up, no amount of dramatic monologues will save your story. In conclusion, found family works because being chosen is more powerful than being born into something. The 4 ingredients you need are shared suffering, individual flaws, a moment of proof, and a shared identity. And the most important thing to remember is this: build the bonds through small, real, lived-in moments. Don't skip to the emotional payoff. Earn it scene by scene, moment by moment. Let the reader fall in love with these characters so that when you threaten that bond, it actually hurts. If this video helped you, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to get started writing your first one-shot manga, head over to mangascript.com to download the one-shot guide. It's a page-by-page breakdown of 3 high-quality manga one-shots, and it makes it 10 times easier to write your own script. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching.